Days and counting for Celtic fans as they pray the transfer window closes, with Gary Hooper still in hoops. He was in his usual place yesterday as Celtic resumed their title defence at home to Hearts. Liam McLeod was there.
A minute's applause for the Celtic legend Sean Fallon, who passed away peacefully yesterday morning. More than 250 appearances for the club. He was also Jock Stein's assistant in the glory days. Celtic have had Hearts under their thumb in recent meetings in the league. 5 straight wins, looking for a 6th here, and that's a break of the ball for Matthews. Hooper's there, as he always is. Well, Adam Matthews with the run. He got the break of the ball off Mehdi Taoul, and he squared it for the man of the moment, Gary Hooper. Other clubs want him, and you can see why. Great play from Matthews. And Hooper finished it off, and Celtic in front in 90 seconds. Not what the visiting team wants when they come to Celtic Park, is to see an early goal go in. Well, that's what Hearts are going to have to deal with. And at the moment, Celtic completely outplaying them, and that is Chris Commons. He's away from McHattie, who claims that was a foul. He's not getting it. It's great play from Commons. McDonald spells, but Samaras is there. And Celtic are 2 up inside 11 minutes. Great run from Commons, twisting and turning Danny Wilson inside out. McDonald could only parry it into the path of Samaras. And it's 2 fairly simple goals that have Celtic in cruise control here. Samaras testing Wilson, who's making his debut on loan from Liverpool, former Rangers defender. Commons, it's a great ball. Hooper's offside. Well, this is a terrific ball in here from Chris Commons. In behind the defender, so awkward for the goalkeeper. Celtic beat Hearts 1-0 here early in the campaign, and then at the end of November there was a 4-0 win at Tynecastle. That's Samaras, got the break of the ball, comes back to Ledley! And what a save from McDonald. Flung himself to his right to keep out the Ledley effort. The outside of the boot, and Joe Ledley must have thought he'd scored. Wanyama. Izagiri. Good play from him to get away from Jamie Walker. Comes to the back post for Samaras. And McDonald holds on. Hooper was sniffing about for scraps, which didn't materialise in the end. Samaras did his bit. The touch finds Jason Holt. It's a good run from Holt. Oh, and that's gone in. The knockdown came from Sutton, and Jason Holt found himself with a bit of space, and it's come in off Mulgrew. And that's what's deceived Lukas Saluska, who isn't going to get a clean sheet in for the injured Fraser Forster. And suddenly Celtic had gone from comfortable to nervy, but this is Brown to Hooper! The nerves will have gone again. That is Gary Hooper's 20th goal of the season. Another couple of pound signs go in his value. Celtic's number 88 has dominated the scoring chart since he arrived, and he is once again.
Minimum of 2 minutes added.
Izagiri. That's the Sad! And that is the icing on the cake for Celtic. What a fine finish from Lassad. The Tunisian calmly curling this one into the top corner. He hit it first time, and Celtic have their 4th goal.
Another 2 goals for Gary Hooper's Celtic collection. That is a phenomenal strike rate over the last 2.5 years. 22 goals, 29, 20, even with my dodgy arithmetic, I think that's 71 in 2.5 years, Craig. And maybe that European column is interesting as well, isn't it? Because it's not just plundering goals in the SPL, it's Champions League as well.
Yeah, well, I think it's always going to be sort of levelled at Celtic players, and obviously in the past Rangers strikers, that they get more chances. So the league goals, you'd expect them to be up at the top. I think the Champions League goals is really impressive, and I just think he's matured enormously in the last couple of years. It's all credit to Neil Lennon and his teammates at Celtic. He's become a very much an all-rounded player, and I believe they knocked back a bid from
Norwich.
From Norwich, yeah. They'll be dead keen to keep a hold of him, I'm sure.
A player you like, Keith?
Yeah, very much so. As Craig says, I think he's improved year on year, and not just his goals, but his all-round game. He's strong. He's he can be a target man almost. He's that strong up there and holds the ball up and brings others into play. And Norwich have been mentioned, but for me, I think he's one that can probably go even higher than that.
And price-wise, difficult to tell, isn't it?
What somebody's prepared to pay for him. Sometimes it depends how desperate the other club is. If they're lose a striker through injury, or they feel they desperately need goals to get out of trouble, then the money that Celtic get, I've no doubt, will be more than £5 million.
Danny Wilson probably wouldn't have expected to have been playing for Hearts, but that's where he is on loan from Liverpool for the rest of the season. You gave him his first cap for Scotland, Craig. Does he need a kick-start at the moment?
Yeah, he's been very unfortunate. I mean, a huge dilemma for a young player. I mean, it could be argued that he should have stayed at Rangers, played more games, gained experience. But it's very difficult. He made the decision to go to Liverpool. He hasn't played. His career's kind of stalled a little bit. And I really do hope, I mean, he's a smashing boy, and I really do hope that he just plays 40 or 50 games and, establishes himself as a centre-back. I think the whole thing happened hugely, well, it happened really quickly for him, I should say. And he's not really got that much game time behind him, and I think that's what he needs now.